All right. Hello, Internet. Welcome back to the Catholic D&D campaign, The Belly of the Forest. When we last left off, our party was escaping the Underdark. They found a new member in the Genasi wizard, Winghelm Tith. They had managed to retrieve a crystal fighting off some grells that was needed to power a drill to basically excavate to the surface and get back to their normal lives. As we come into the scene here, the party, having mostly bandaged their wounds, they find themselves in the home of the gnome Erdon, the one who had built the drill. His wife, if you'll recall, was very sick and close to dying. Erdon had asked Granny if she would be willing to help administer last rites to Erdon's wife. As you enter into the home, it's a very quaint little hovel, just a simple building, not much to look at, not much in terms of finery. Simple furniture, maybe a mirror or two, tables, chairs. It's all kind of maybe about, say, maybe 4 rooms. And as you enter the house, what would you like to do?
So wait, we've already long rested though, right?
Yes.
All right, so it's like early in the morning. Um, so as
No. This would actually be late in the evening.
so we stayed the whole morning and afternoon there. Because you said we had a long
I
rest, so I'm assuming we spent the night
right.
there.
Right. I actually had you guys. I actually had you guys long rest early because I have something planned for the evening. Um,
Oh, okay.
but so yeah, it is kind of very late evening, like maybe nine, not 9, 9, 10 p.m. By the time you finally get back and kind of clean yourselves from all the brain chicken goop and that entire fiasco. Um, Erdon kind of greets you with a smile. Come in, come in. I'm glad to see you. You got that crystal. I hope the monsters didn't give you too much of a hard time.
Eh,
Oh,
they're
them?
weak.
They were no trouble at all.
Good, good. We don't usually have guests, so I did put out some blankets in my workshop. Um, I hope that'll be cozy enough for the rest of you. Granny, if you'd follow me this way, Grinta is in the bedroom here.
Okay.
And so you follow Erdon to kind of the master bedroom. He opens the door, and you see lying on the bed a very elderly looking deep gnome, dark skin, gray hair, and she tries to sit up in bed, but she's very weak, very faint, and her voice barely registers above a whisper, and she goes, "Hello, is anyone is anyone there? I thought I heard noises."
Hello, dearie.
She kind of blinks at you, and she's like, I would welcome you properly, but my bed sores have been acting up. And she kind of winces in pain a little bit as she lays back down.
Please don't worry about it. I'm here to comfort you.
All right.
Um, is she a luminist? Is there any way I can tell, or do I have to ask?
You can tell that she does appear to be wearing. She's not necessarily a cleric per se, but she does. Her clothes are embroidered with a gray rose, which is the symbol of your patron, the Night Mother. So she does have a special devotion and veneration to Delora.
Okay, Granny's gonna start picking out her little prayer book and little items, and then she's going to pull out her special handkerchief.
Okay. I'm assuming you're kind of like dabbing her face and dabbing some of the more sensitive areas of her body, kind of
Yeah,
applying some sort of healing balm
yeah.
with the handkerchief. Okay. As she
What is
does, you
going
can.
on, Granny?
Oh, Niko, did you kind of peek your head into the master bedroom?
Oh, I'm sorry. Was this a private thing? I'll just
No, Granny
bye.
will motion to be quiet and to come in quietly.
He slips in, closes the door behind him.
Okay.
Is that another voice? I thought I heard voices.
Oh yes, that's a friend of mine. Very young chap.
Oh. Gonna gonna give the small little wiggle with some of her fingers. Her body is just failing completely.
Now, is there anything I can do in particular, or anything you would like to talk about or prepare for when you meet Sotum?
No, I think I'm in good hands. And she pulls out she she pulls out a set of beads. She's like, these were given to me recently. It was said that these beads have a special connection to Delora.
May I look at them?
Mm-hmm.
Is there
Kind of.
anything special about them, or?
No, but you do. You do. You haven't seen many of these, but from what you can understand, given your religious studies into the ways of the Night Mother, you've been handed a very early prototype of the Rosary.
Mm.
I've been praying it every day, just waiting.
Granny's going to look a teeny bit envious.
And she motions to Niko to come closer. Young man, there's something I need to tell you.
Niko whispers to Granny with his cantrips. He sends her a message. So he whispers, and only Granny can hear. What does she want?
Can I whisper back? I don't know if that's possible.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, that's possible
You
with the
can. You
message
get to
spell.
respond a message.
I'll answer that. She wants to speak to you.
I don't know what's going on.
It's okay. She's ready to pass away, and we're making her last moments comfortable and helping her prepare.
What does that have to do with me?
I don't know. Just come here.
Okay. He goes up to Granny. His shoulders are all
You
tense.
you see the gnome kind of very feebly takes you by the hand, Niko, and she goes and she whispers, "I like butterflies." You can see this woman is just clearly delirious. Her mental cognition is flitting in and out of consciousness as she's slowly fading. I like butterflies, and she
Granny's
kind of
gonna
just
give
smiles at
Niko
you.
this. Granny's gonna give Niko this look, the grandma look that's like, you better mind your manners, young man.
That's very nice.
And you both see her give kind of this big heaving chest sigh, and a few moments later, she passes from this mortal plane.
Okay, Granny will have been saying some prayers during that time.
Now, because you're a grave cleric, Granny, you actually get an unseen insight into most people's souls, and you don't know for sure. This knowledge isn't necessarily infallible, but you do get a sense that this woman is at least going to the Shadelands. So she hasn't been condemned by any stretch of the imagination. She just needs to work off some time in the Shadelands, which is
That's
very apropos
I
of
might do some
Deloran
prayers for her.
theology.
Do some prayers for her to go quickly through the Shadelands, and I have prepared ceremony, so I could do a funeral rite on her.
Okay, what does that do? Remind me.
It keeps you from. Here, let me read it. The funeral rite. You touch one corpse, and for the next 7 days, the target cannot become undead by any means short of a wish spell.
So that's expensive use of wish. It's worth it sometimes, though.
All right.
How
So she
Gold do we
passes,
have?
and how much gold?
Yeah, I actually don't know how much gold we have.
Oh, that is an. I did I add? Let me check. Let me check everyone's sheets. I'm not quite sure I added
No, I
gold
have
to
nothing.
inventory. Oh, yes. I meant to ask you all about how much about what kind of social class you were in. So, Granny, were you considered poor in your old age? Did you give up a bunch of your um status when you became a cleric of Delora? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I will say you've got about 50 gold.
All right.
So,
You know what my status is already.
yep. So, yes.
I would say Kyle.
I'll figure.
Go ahead.
Oh, you're good, Bryce. What is Kyle's
I
social
would say
standing?
he is probably well off due to being with the DAMS for over 200 years.
That is fair. Okay, so let me just pop into your inventory real quick and add. Oh, you've already got. I already gave you. Well, I didn't give you enough though for some weird reason. Unless did you spend gold, Kyle? I don't remember.
Never
I
has
don't
spent
remember,
gold
Bryce, if
yet.
Kyle spent any gold.
Nothing yet.
Did Kyle spend
Nope.
any gold? Nothing yet. Okay, then let me just rewrite over that. Okay, so that's okay. So I added gold for you, Bryce.
All right.
All right. Erdon kind of pokes his head in, and he's like, I felt a disturbance within the weave. I'm assuming that she's passed.
Yes. Very sorry.
It's all right. It was her time to go. I was hoping that a cleric would have come by to cast lesser restoration on her or something, get her back on her feet in her final moments. But you know these drow, they prefer their citizens undead rather than alive. And he just kind of gives a little shake of the head. Right. Well, it's very late. I would hope that you hop all to bed. Like I said, there are little blankets and sheets laid down for you in my workshop. Nothing should disturb you. I don't have anything dangerous in there at the moment. But please, my hospitality is open to each and every one of you. So,
As Niko's walking out, Kyle just kind of grabs his shoulder and be like, "We need to talk."
To me?
Yes. Pulls him off to the side.
What's up, Chief?
Niko, why are you here? Like, I know why you're here, but you know what I mean. Why are you in the situation that you currently are?
With regard to what?
I know what you've done in your past. Why did you do this? Why are you're young? Why are you already going down this path?
Okay, I gotta break the fourth wall here for a minute because his answer would be whatever the orc gang he hangs with, like whatever their mission is, that's what he would be answering here. I don't think we've
Okay.
established that yet, Adam.
no, that will hopefully be established by the end of tonight's session.
Oh,
So
okay,
hold off
okay.
on that. Yep.
So insert blank filler of that. You're not getting
Yes.
a direct answer here.
Look, you're young. I get it. You want to go around, party, have fun, whatever. I don't care about that. But I see the potential in you. You've been doing decent so far. Even though I know you don't know the ways of Sotum, I pray one day that you will. Or at least attempt to learn him. But you have so much in your life where I don't want to see you make all the mistakes. And I will have to come one day hunting you down. I don't want that. I made mistakes in my past. There's things I regret. And you're young. I don't want you to make the wrong decisions that lead you down a life of crime and have the DAMS or somebody hunting you down, throwing you in jail, and spending the rest of your life in prison.
Why should I have anything to do with Sotum? That old gnome just died, and all she was talking about was Sotum. But she's still dead. He didn't save her.
But that is a part of life. We are not here forever. This world is not here to. It is not over. She went up to meet Sotum. She died to be with Sotum.
You're 500 years old, and I'm gonna live to be 500 years old. That's plenty of time.
But why not choose now? Why? What happens if right now we could be fighting? You can die right now. You can be
I have
dead.
things I need to do. Right, I am too busy to die. I have things I need to be doing.
And a bunch of my recruits have said that before. And guess what? I have lost so many that said those words.
I'm not going out.
I'm
You
just
trust
saying.
me on that.
I'm just saying. You're too young to be going down a bad path.
Oh yeah? What if I've already gone down it?
Then there is hope. There is still a redemption path. You can still get out of it. You can still turn your life around, even if you've gone down it.
Yeah, okay.
What?
I just say this sounds like a typical teenager.
You don't think you can be forgiven for what you've done?
I don't need to be forgiven for what I've done. I don't regret any of it. Anything else, old man? Boss elf?
I hope you will learn one day. And just take it from experience from someone who has been stupid in the past before. And he just
Roger, stupid boss elf.
You see him just clench his fist, and he goes, "No, not today. Someone just died. Not today."
All right, and I'm assuming the rest of you head off to bed. Zach, to catch you up, you guys are just taking a long rest in the gnome's house. You're gonna drill out of the Underdark in the morning here.
All right, sorry I'm late. It's been a long week.
No worries.
You're good.
Kyle, after he's done with Niko, Kyle just goes off and starts to do a workout regime and
all right,
fitness up.
So, all right, so you go off and kind of everyone takes care of their evening affairs, and you all fall asleep soundly, except for Granny. Granny has a troublesome sleep. Her dreams start out peacefully, but as they get more vivid, it's almost as if, Granny, you're thrown back into the past. You see your daughter and your husband alive and well. The same city where you were before it got bombed is still standing. Everything seems perfectly fine, perfectly normal. Your daughter comes up and kind of hugs your side and she goes, "Mom, I hope we can stay like this forever."
Oh gosh. Is that the whole dream, or does she wake up in a
Nope,
cold sweat?
there's more. There's more. You can feel free to interject at any time, Granny.
Well, I mean, just keep dreaming.
All right. And so, go ahead and give me a perception check, Granny. Okay. All right. All of a sudden, your daughter lets go of your leg, and her form changes. She grows taller. She is no longer a wood elf. She is a drow woman, about 300 years old, wrapped in bandages, matted gray hair, a very cruel, vindictful smile plays on her lips, and the world around you kind of dissolves. You are now in a place filled with fire and brimstone as you hear nothing but screams. The drow looks to you and goes, "Pleased to finally make your acquaintance, Granny. I'm not sure the spell would work, but I'm surprised I got in."
Oh, so it's no longer a dream.
Oh, it is a dream. It's just your dream changed.
Who are you?
I'm known by many names. The First Banshee, the Revenancer, but you can call me Kea. I have an offer for you.
Okay, what is it?
Come, sit with me. And she waves her hand, and you see two small obsidian chairs just kind of materialize out of thin air.
I'd rather stand, thank you.
Suit yourself. I understand you've had quite a unfortunate bit of circumstances. Losing your daughter, losing your husband, losing your city. What if I told you there was a way to gain it all back?
I don't need it back.
Oh, come now, ma'am. I'm sure that deep down in your heart there's still a longing for what you once had. Don't be coy with me. I'm here to help you.
Grinny's going to look around and said, "Yes, I'm sure your help would lead me straight here."
Oh, it isn't so bad once you get used to the screaming. Trust me, I've been here for centuries.
Granny's going to pull out her handkerchief.
Oh, you still have your trinket with you. How quaint. That won't save you here, unfortunately.
Perhaps. But I want nothing to do with you.
Is that so? She kind of turns and looks off in the distance. What languages does Granny know?
Let me look. She speaks Celestial, Common, and Elvish.
Okay. You hear Ikea mutter something in Celestial. Our plan does not seem to be working, Master. She seems rather resistant. And you hear a voice rumbling, a low growl. Very well. Send her back. I will have another way to deal with her. We need her out of the way.
Why would they let me hear that?
They don't know what languages you speak, so it's just a perk of being able to understand Celestial.
Okay. So I guess Granny's just gonna pretend she didn't understand.
Very well. My master says that he has another plan for you in mind. So, you're safe but for now, but one of our little minions will be coming to collect you since you won't come quietly. The Night Mother won't be able to save you in the end, old woman. Cling on to your faith while you can, but we will be here when that faith runs out.
She's just going to smile and look down at her handkerchief and like saying I don't really care what you threaten me with.
And as you look down at your handkerchief, The dream fades to black, and it is now the next morning.
I'm going to get up and start praying immediately.
You don't hear anything, but you do feel kind of a silent presence of Delora kind of giving you a renewed sense of strength as you start your day. All right. And as you all awake in this gnomish home underground, what are you all doing to prep for the day?
I'm cooking!
Kyle just gets up, does another quick prayer or two, and then he just kind of does a warm up, stretches, and a few little bit more workouts.
Niko hits the workout routine as well. He's big into calisthenics.
Kyle just
Can I
looks,
try to make a I guess an Arcana
homunculus?
check? No. Well, I wanted to try and see if I could use that magical rock you gave me to make the homunculus, but I don't know how much it's worth, so I need to figure that out first.
Yeah, go ahead and make an Arcana check.
I'm assuming Granny looks tired.
Yes, very tired. He's not used to being visited by a Lord of the Hells. All right. So, with that Arcana check, Brian, you know you could use that gem to create your homunculus, but you also know that that is a bad idea. Because that gem is not an ordinary gem. It is a gem of elemental summoning.
Ooh. So it summons an elemental?
Yes. When you basically you smash it on the ground and it turns into an earth elemental.
Actually, that's kind of perfect for a homunculus. Because in order to kill the homunculus fully, they have to break it. So then they'll just summon another thing for me. That'd be very funny and very annoying for them.
So yes, that is an item that is not meant to be turned into a homunculus. Because that is already a creature in and of itself. You're basically holding a Pokeball containing an earth elemental.
What you doing
Doesn't
there,
mean-
Brian? You figuring out what those rocks do?
Oh, well, yeah, you know me, sir. You know, I kind of have a specialty in these magical rocks here. And these some fancy ones.
Niko pulls
It's
his
like-
out. I wonder what this one does. And he winds up to throw it against the wall.
Okay, so you're actually throwing it against the wall?
Unless Brian's gonna stop him. Does that activate him?
Can Brian check and see if I can tell what it is before he throws it?
Yeah, with that Arcana check, you can tell that you basically picked up all the same things. So each one of you has a gem of Earth Elemental summoning.
All right. Well, I'm gonna like put like an arbitrary like. Well, hold on there. So I figured out what these rocks here do. You see, what they do is whenever you throw them, they summon a giant piece of moving earth that'll tap things. I think. I don't know. The rock isn't really specifically clear on whether or not we can really control these things, but they summon something at least.
That sounds fun.
Oh, I'm sure it's very fun. It's like a little like a dog fight or something. You know, you just throw them into the pit and watch them fight whoever in the world we put up against them.
Hey, you want to do that sometime?
Well, sure. I mean, it's an excellent way to escape if we ever get into like a bad alleyway or something. Just throw them at the bad guys. What the hell? What the heck are they gonna do? How do you kill Earth?
Oh, I meant fun, but that sounds good too.
But yeah, I believe that's what these rocks here do.
I don't know if I want one. Do you want to hold on to mine?
Well, sure. I'll gladly take more magical rocks.
Yeah, I have felt the impulse like 4 times to throw it against like random walls, and I feel like I'm just gonna do it at a very improper time if I keep holding this. I think you should hold this.
Yeah, magical rocks tend to do that. They like to give people little hints as to what they think that person should do.
I don't like the sound of that. Here you go.
Yeah, I'll hold on to the rock.
Okay, so Brian, you now have 2 gems of Earth Elemental summoning.
It might.
Fantastic.
It's very good that you did not throw that against the wall. It would have been very much a
I actually didn't know
ungracious. It would have been
until
very
Bryce
been very ungracious of us to do that, and we don't want to be bad guests.
I actually didn't know how to activate them, so I'm glad I didn't just go for it. And once he did, I was like, yeah, I couldn't just like actually go for it. I had to give you enough
Right.
time to stop him.
So you guys all scarf down a quick breakfast, and Erdon's like, well, time to get you all back to the surface. I mentioned to get back there myself.
I meant to. Yes, let's do that.
Right. You notice, Niko, that Daff here has been practically silent all morning, just deep in quiet thought. But at the mention of escaping, he is more than ready to go.
You ready, big bro?
He just kind of gives you a silent nod.
Are you okay? You are never this quiet.
Wait, who is
He he just kind of shrugs.
Kyle walks by and just kind of gives him a glare because he knows he's hiding something.
Niko goes to Granny and is like,
what?
like, do you think something's wrong with Zafir? He was a very joyful brother when I last saw him 6 years ago, but something's different now, and I can't tell what.
I mean, he was in captivity for 6 years, right? It's sure to do something. And it looks like
I
they were
guess.
experimenting on him. Who knows what's happened?
I don't like that. Well, keep an eye out if you will. I'd really hate for something to happen to him.
All right, so
All right.
I'm assuming you all follow after Erdon to the drill.
Yes.
Yep.
Sure.
All right.
When we get. Go ahead. I had a thought.
Yep.
I was about to say something.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Okay, so Erdon fires up the drill, and there's just a loud crunching of rock and dirt and little like mushrooms that get ground up, and pretty soon there's a very large hole that kind of peeks out up to the surface. There is sunlight now streaming down from this hole, and it hits you, Brian, straight in the eye. You have not seen sunlight in 15 years.
You guys are gonna see Brian like tap his glasses, and then suddenly, where you could see his eyes, suddenly his eyes get significantly darker as he's changing to his shades mode.
All right, so
yeah,
I'm
he's gonna look
assuming.
around. Yeah, Brian's gonna look
I'm
around. He's like,
assuming.
"Whoops, sorry. Go ahead."
Yep, I'm assuming you guys all make your escape back to the surface then.
Yes.
All right.
I would
so
like
you
to
go-
take some rock that is known for being like underdark-ish rock with me though.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check, Lincoln. See if you can find any.
Right first.
While he's doing that, Kyle's like, "Hey, tiny orc man,
Yeah, sir.
you wouldn't have to be able to make a pair of those, but for the
Have a
sun
respectable
outside, right?"
number.
Well, I mean, these are some pretty fancy ones. The main difficulty with building these kind of spectacle glasses is that you need to find the right glass, and that can take you quite some time. I get a lot of outsider trading in order to be able to find where in the world I could get all these fancy glass from. But once I actually have all the materials, it's like maybe an hour tops in order to build the entire thing. It's not that complicated.
Hmm.
Some
Okay,
trading, you
that goes
say?
through.
I might be able to help you with that,
Yep.
depending on what it
Yeah.
is.
So, okay. So Winkhelm, your investigation went through, and you managed to find eight rocks that are particular to the Underdark.
Excellent. I'm gonna take this with me.
Okay. And you guys are all back up on the surface. Granny. Yeah, so basically everyone except for Winkhelm knows where you are. You are back in Cortios, it appears. Home for you, Granny, Niko, Brian at one point before he was kidnapped, and then yeah. So everyone except Winkhelm would consider this city home.
I'm gonna say Brian barely recognizes it.
That's fair.
Nico very much recognizes it. It's like, oh,
How how far from my home is it? Like, is it like um same continent, same
Um.
area of the world, same
So
hemisphere?
yes, yeah. Basically same country. It'll take you several weeks to travel back to your hometown,
Okay.
Winkhelm. But yes, you still are in the same general area. Yep. So,
It's good to know. That's all I.
all right. And you see Daffir immediately just brightens up and rushes in the direction of the DAMS office.
Daffir, I got a question for you.
He kind of looks back and he's like, "I'm sorry, I've got to give my report. We can talk later."
Wait. Oh, that's your
Fear, we need to go tell our parents.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check, Niko. Because your brother is a man on a mission. Yeah, he's not listening to you. You're his little brother. He's like, nope, I'm sorry. I got to give my report first. He rushes back off to the office.
I'm not letting him out of my sight. Nico rushes after him.
Kyle decides like gotta follow the newbie. He might get himself killed, and then I'll be held responsible. So
These are my home streets. I'm not getting killed here.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the rest of the party. Thank you.
All right. So those three are rushing off to the DAMS. What are you other three doing?
I am going to see if I can find a local arena and or a local mage, so I can check in with the people I need to check in with.
Okay, so no local mage school within this city, but you do find a smaller, lesser known fighting arena.
Okay. Um, I'm going to go there and to report that, hey, I got kidnapped. I just got back from being kidnapped. I will be back to where I need to be as soon as I can. Um, I'll get caught up on my schedule as soon as I can. It's uh and I'll make it work, basically.
You
Bryce,
see
you
an
did
old.
get the retcon that we don't actually know about this circuit.
Oh, I don't know if I. Yeah, I don't remember if I told Bryce or not. But yeah, Winkhelm's fighting arena is in another city that you guys wouldn't know about. You only know about the local one here.
Got it.
So you've never seen Winkhelm fight.
Oh, okay.
Yep. But all right. So, Granny, what are you doing?
Not sure.
You just saw two of your party members take off after Daff here. Brian, what are you doing?
Brian's just gonna point at it and be like, "So, should we be following them, or did they just want us to just do whatever the heck we wanted?"
I don't know. I'm very confused right now.
As am I. I don't really know what the DAMPS thing is, but it must be some sort of important club to them. That's all I know.
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check there, Brian. See if you remember anything about this organization.
Do I know what the DMS is?
Yeah. Granny, also give me a Arcana check, if you would,
I don't
please.
think Brian knows anything.
So I set the DC very low because this should be common knowledge. You do recognize the name DAMS. It has something to do with magic. It's
Like, I'm sure.
It's some sort of magical organization. Granny, however, recalls that it is a magical organization specifically active for the purposes of like policing and controlling evil magic.
I'm going to relay that information.
Brian's just gonna be like, "Oh, I get it. It's like the thing that we had in the Drow Society, except for that police just slaughtered one in every 5 men that they came across in order to keep the masculine population down. It's like that."
Sure. I don't really know much about the DAMS. I
Well, I mean, hopefully they're
maybe
good
we
guys.
should let them do their thing. And meanwhile, she looks down at her cat. I need to figure out how to get his fur to grow.
Well, I mean, I'm sure there's probably some sort of potion I could find that's in this here village to help you out with that. I've been around merchant shops.
You know, if we do find some, we should get some for our bald friend. I'm sure he'd
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Who has been slowly growing his hair back, I should point out. It's like maybe 10% there.
It's like
That's
a
what they-
little peach fuzz on the top.
That's one thing that I've always wanted to try. Use a magical growth potion on someone who is bald. See how much hair they get. You know, I tried it on my great grandpappy once, and that was a very funny experience because he didn't have hair for about 1,000 years. Suddenly, it just all came back, and he didn't know what to do.
1,000 years?
He's pretty old.
How long do
Granny,
you guys live?
Granny, you would probably cock an eyebrow at this because only dragons live for 1,000 years. All right, so okay, so Winkhelm, you went and reported to the fighting arena. All right, so Brian and Granny are off looking for a hair growth potion, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so I will handle you two first because the other three are a bit more story complicated. All right, so you guys go ahead and kind of wander around town. This city is not really known for its like potion shops. It's more known for like plant-based things. It's a very druidic society. So it does take a while, but you do manage to find a small like arcane shop kind of nestled in one of the back edges of the city.
Okay. I'm just gonna, I guess, open up the door and look around on the inside to see if I can find
Is
yeah,
there,
just
is
a
there
hair-
a counter with like a person standing there?
Yeah.
Is there someone we can talk to?
Okay.
Yes,
So
yes.
Granny's going to stride in there, plop her cat on the counter, and go, "Hello, do you have any hair growth potion for my poor cat?"
No, that's I'm. You see what appears to be about maybe a human in like his mid-40s. He kind of taps his spectacles a little bit, gets the dust off him, and he's like, "I am sorry that happened, ma'am. That is the ugliest looking cat I've ever seen, if I may be so bold."
Well, yes,
but
that's why I want its fur to grow back.
but
Nice otherwise.
I mean, I whipping up a simple hair potion shouldn't be much of a sweat at all. So if you've got about maybe 15 gold.
Yes, I do.
All right, so
Oh,
that'll
gosh.
be that'll be one bottle of hair serum. I don't really use it on animals much, so this will be the first time it'll be tested. The chemical properties of the potion are fairly the same. It shouldn't mess with the animal's biology too much. But
So this bottle's only enough for one being.
yes, ma'am.
You wouldn't happen to have a discount for two?
Well, if it's two you're after, like I said, this stuff is very easy to make, so I would be able to give you a small discount. You know, with the Emperor robbing me left and right with taxes, it's been hard to maintain this little shop because no one wants magic wands. They all want, you know, a flute of plants growing or whatever the frick they sell over in those druid shops. So I mean, I can give you an extra bottle for like an extra 10 gold.
All right, I'll take it. Thank you.
All right.
Can I look around to see if he has anything else?
I mean his wares are actually pretty shabby. It's not like he's high and dry, but he doesn't necessarily keep the shop well stocked. In fact, you're pretty sure that you're the first customers he's had in maybe weeks.
I see. Is it just like magic wands and stuff then?
It appears to be, yeah, like magic wands, potions, no armor or weaponry. That would be a different shop. But kind of basic wizard things.
I see.
Potions, oils, that sort of thing.
Is there any like wands that do us like a specific spell, or is it just like in general, just for like spellcasting focus?
He has wands that are like spellcasting focuses for fairly cheap. He has a couple wands of smiles on the counter, a couple wands of scowls on the counter as well, and he does have a wand of detect magic as well. But that's all he's got.
Okay,
That's all he's got in terms of wands. So
I see. I'm gonna ask him like, "Hello there, sir. I was curious. Can I get a wand of smiling and then a wand of frowning, please?"
you realize these are items usually meant for like children's birthday parties and that sort of thing.
Oh, don't worry, sir. I'll put them to fantastic use.
He kind of gives you a look. He kind of gives you a look, and he's like, "I'm sure you will, sir."
Yeah, Brian's just gonna give him a wink.
Yeah, these
Please
again.
use this on the drow women.
It's a very, it's honestly a pretty simple enchantment, so that'll cost you about another 15 gold. Yeah, 15 gold for one wand. So however many. I mean, you only need one wand of smiles and one wand of skulls. So that'll ring you about 30 gold.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, and I'm gonna give him the 30 gold for the two wands.
All right. So you now have a wand that can make people smile and a wand that can make people frown.
Fantastic.
Okay, now that little shopping excursion is done, moving over to the DAMS, the three of you kind of burst into the door. You see that Jeffrey and Greg are kind of busy reading through some reports. For once, they're not fighting, which is a very strange sight to see. But Daffir goes kind of up to the boss, the office of your boss, Colin, kind of knocks on the door. And he peeks in and he's like, "Sir, so I found out what's wrong with me, and I need to discuss that in private. If you've got a minute, sir." He kind of puts his head in his hands and he's like, "All right. he kind of ushers Deafear in, and he looks at to you. Oh, Kyle, Niko, glad
You!
to see you.
Shut up!
Made
Now,
it out
Kyle
alive.
goes over there and just decks him in the face.
Go ahead and make an attack roll. He does not have high AC, so
Would that be a strength check?
that'll be a strength check. Yep.
Yeah, you know what? Screw it. He's gonna go ahead and rage while he did that. His eyes go fuming red. So,
Okay, you're gonna burn a rage.
boom!
Yeah. So you knock your boss unconscious
What?
with that 20? Like I said, he's a wizard. He does not have high AC at all. And he just crumples to the ground. And Daffy just kind of looks at Kyle like,
Gosh, dang it, Jeremy! Why'd you do that? And Kyle walks out.
Jeremy's like, I didn't even cast a spell today. I'm just getting my coffee. Jeez. Daffy just kind of shakes your boss awake. I honestly forgot what I named him. I'll have to check my notes to see what I named him. And he's like, "Are you all right, sir?" And he's like, "Yeah, wow, note to self, make sure that we don't hire many more barbarians."
Heard that!
Did you Kyle? How far are you out of the office?
Not too far. He's just outside the door.
All right, fair. The boss man kind of looks to Niko and he's like, "If you'll excuse me, your brother and I need a moment alone." Niko, if you wouldn't mind stepping out and closing the door, please.
Yes, sir. Niko steps out.
Okay.
Niko casts Detect Thoughts on the guy.
Okay. You want to go ahead and pop that into the chat, like actually cast it so I can see what it does?
Yeah, I'm trying here.
Are there any creatures, like bugs, creatures running around about?
In the office? No,
run
the
out of
office is
designated items.
the office is very clean.
Darn it, not even a roach.
No.
Gonna use
Your boss keeps this place immaculate. Why? Were you gonna cast Speak with Animals on the roach?
No, I was gonna cast Beast Sense so I can see and hear what's going on.
Oh, well, I mean, there's a fly on his desk if you wanted to do that before you left.
Yeah, no, like he's just gonna cast Beast Sense and be like, I want to hear what is going on in there, and he just cast Beast Sense. And so, like,
All right.
Niko, as you get out, you see Kyle's eyes kind of go white.
Okay. Yeah. So, Niko, you're using your key points to cast Detect Thoughts.
Is there a window or something I can peek through at him? I need to be able to see him.
I mean, he's got like kind of those glass windows, so like your vision would be distorted, but technically, you can see a figure that you would discern is him. Okay. So, Boss Man needs to make a Wisdom 14 saving throw. Okay.
Well, no, if you're just getting surface thoughts, you don't need to make a saving throw.
Oh, that's right. Unless you're probing, that's right. So you sense like a little bit of like anxiety and like concern and like a little bit of like fear from your boss. Almost as if your brother is dangerous.
Okay. He probes deeper.
Okay, now he needs to make the saving throw. D20.
Oh, but he's gonna know. But you don't know how.
You see, luckily Kyle is looking into a fly's eyes, so he's gonna have to.
Okay. Yeah, so that was a 14, so that succeeds.
Oh no.
Okay, so I think by the wording of the spell, that's the only thing you learned is kind of his surface thoughts because you weren't able to probe deeper. So you're hearing through the fly's ears, Kyle, right now. So the speech is very kind of warbled and distorted, but you do make out the words "bitten" and "bitten," "chained," and "soon."
And soon.
Yes.
Okay.
Bitten, chained, and soon.
Got it.
And Daffy kind of walks out of the office. He kind of looks at Niko and he's like, I will go tell both of our parents we are okay. I need to head to Draconiate. That's where I was before I was kidnapped. It makes the most sense for me to return there. I know you probably have a million questions, but I'm just gonna tell you now. I'm sick and I'm working to cure myself. All right? Okay, Niko? I'm sick and I'm working to cure myself.
But he comes out and says that to me.
Yes, yeah. Yes,
You're sick. With what?
It's complicated. I can't
Okay,
talk
it doesn't
about
matter.
it.
We need to go see mom and dad. We thought you were dead. They think you're dead.
Yes, we can go see mom and dad together, and then I am leaving for Draconiate as soon as possible.
What? Draconia?
Draconiate, that's the head of the DAMS here in Verde. I was doing research on my condition when I was attacked.
You had this before? Why didn't you tell me?
I didn't want to worry you, Niko. You're my baby brother.
I'm not a baby.
You're 70, I'm 300. You're a baby.
I have been getting along just fine without you. And now you...
Look,
Come on. Let's go see mom and dad.
Kyle was standing there the entire time awkwardly.
all right.
Niko is not
what are
one
you...
to mince his words.
Kyle,
He doesn't
what
care.
are you
He doesn't care
doing?
who hears.
Kyle, what are you doing at this moment?
he goes into his boss's office again.
Okay.
Did you have a nice nap?
Yeah, and he kind of rubs where you struck him.
Yeah,
Man.
I know. Jeremy can back a punch every now and then, can't he? Dang it, Jeremy! What'd I tell you about hitting the boss?
I couldn't hurt a fly. I am a wizard. I don't have the strength to knock out a bowling ball.
Anyway, he looks at his boss, grumpy. You said this was going to be a more or less easy recovery mission. I were sent down, we were locked up, we were imprisoned, and my head is shaved.
I see that.
Not
Nice,
bad.
I see that. Nice hairdo.
Shut up. Do you want another punch in the face?
Really? That's how you're gonna speak to your superior.
Superior.
I'm your boss. I may be a human, but I still have authority over you. I outrank you, Kyle.
For now. I might actually have a passion to actually outrank you. Besides, you only have, 20 years left before you retire?
Yeah, try 35. You're close.
Anyway,
I'm surprised you have. I'm surprised you have much passion at all. All you seem to enjoy doing is puffing on that cigar of yours and reading through paperwork.
I enjoy solving the mysteries, and I am doing this for Sotum. That is why I still remain here.
Well, good. If you enjoy solving mysteries so much, perhaps you can solve the mystery of why you are standing in my office when I have work that needs to be done.
Well, what's our next task, boss man? We completed it. We saved Niko's brother. So what's our next step?
You know what? You have your detective license back. You are a free agent. You can go ahead and investigate any mystery you wish.
Huh. I don't know if you're scared or intimidated or you just don't care about me. You never said this before. But you know what? Fine. I'll accept that. I don't like being cooped up in this office.
By the way, you should, if you want a little pointer in the right direction, I've been hearing reports from some of our DAMS spies about the grizzled teeth, that orc tribe, lives out near the swamp. They're planning another raid on the city soon. If you want to be helpful, maybe you could prevent that.
I will attend to that then. But thank you for the dust and the information. The powder dust he sent him.
Yes, I figured you've been working here long enough. You need a magic item.
Thank you. Anyway, keep Jeremy in line. Have him no more punch
Jeremy is actually in the running to become employee of the month, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, employee of the month. You suck up.
I'm a sorcerer, okay? I need to get my brownie points wherever I can, Kyle. Screw you.
Screw you. And Kyle goes into his office, grabs his boxes of cigars, and proceeds to strike one up and walks out.
All right.
Before blowing smoke into Jeremy's face.
Okay. Making a quick pit stop at Niko's place. Carbide, I forget. Pinnerman, that's the last name, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you go and knock on the door of the Tinnerman household. They are overjoyed to see Deafear. Your mother is just kind of smothering him with motherliness, and your father is very impressed with how you've been managing to hold your own despite your troubled past. He's proud of you for taking things in the right direction, or so at least he thinks. Both my boys
Niko's a
are back
little
under one
little
roof.
confuzzled about how to handle it all. He's just like, he's back. But it doesn't feel the same.
I know. Your brother, he explained to us what was going on. He's sick and he's curing himself. He doesn't want to worry us too much with what the sickness is or how contagious it is or
I don't think it's contagious. I would have caught it by now.
I don't know. Your brother's a very capable spellcaster. This disease seems to be more magical than natural.
That doesn't really narrow it down.
No.
So
You haven't happened to have taken a look at that parchment he's been holding on to, have you?
no.
I've asked your father to look into it, but he wants to let deaf ear be deaf ear, so I'm a little curious why he would be keeping such secrets from his own family. But again, I need to let my boys make their own path in life. You're adults after all. Well, not you, but your brother is.
I'm an adult too. I earn my own wage. I'm making my own way. What else is
You,
left?
you may look like you are 30 years old, but you do not have the mental capacity of an adult elf yet, sweetheart. You have plenty more decades to go.
Damn, mother.
Well, I won't keep you from your job. It sounds like your coworker has kind of brought you up to speed on some things. I'm very happy that you're a member of the DAMS, dear. Much more useful than that orc gang you were hanging around with.
Yeah. Okay. Niko let him leave.
All right.
Um, Kyle walks back
So,
out.
so party kind of regroups. What were you saying, Bryce?
What was that gnome's name again that saved us?
Erdon.
Erdon.
Yes.
Who was that woman that held you captive?
That would be Chady. She's a very powerful wizard, but I don't really tangle too much with magic myself. I dabble a little bit here and there, but I never came off the wrong end of one of her spells, if that's what you're asking.
How did you get captured by her?
Oh, I mean, I was out walking one day and kind of, that's the thing about gnomes. We're very curious about a lot of things. I was testing out one of my inventions, and it kind of ran underground. I went and followed it, and next thing I know, I was captured. I still have it. See, and he pulls out a little. Metallic wind-up duck.
Fascinating.
I would like to tap Kyle on the shoulder.
Yes, Granny.
I have a present for you.
A present?
Yes, drink this.
What is it?
It's hair growth serum.
Granny, you actually would know. I didn't mention this, but you actually have to pour it onto his head, because wherever the liquid lands is where the hair grows. I don't think Kyle wants hair on his tongue.
Could I have done it on my cat first
Yes.
to make sure it works?
Yes. Yep.
I actually will sacrifice my cat before I put it on a human being.
Yes. So your cat is fully furred. However, the drow did declaw the cat, and there's no fixing that.
Oh, that's horrid.
Puss in Boots crossover.
I'm very upset. There's really no fixing that.
Nope. This is just a regular cat. It's not like something from a Find Familiar spell where it's magic, so...
I'm so sorry, cutie.
You cast Greater Restoration, will the claws come back?
I think you'd have to have regeneration. The druid.
Yeah, that would probably also work.
Anyway, alright. I have hair growth serum for you.
Alright, so you pour the growth serum on his head, and...
Wait, what are you doing?
It smells, it reeks to high heaven, like just rotten eggs, sulfur, but it does the trick. Your hair just back to its regular length.
You see him
In fact,
clench his fist as if he's about to do something. He's like, okay, thank you.
in fact, the hair almost grows a little too well. It's like running down your back now.
I'm sure we could give you a haircut.
No one's allowed to touch my hair. I've lost it once.
Never again.
All right. So with the party regrouped, what is the plan?
Hey, boss elf,
What
you
is
actually look your
drow
age now.
shaving people?
What is the what?
So what is it with the drow shaving?
The drow
Hate
like to
hair.
be. The drow like to be needlessly cruel.
Shaving is the first step that is done when to humiliate someone when they enter into slavery.
Yes.
It worked on Aslan.
Yes. Winkhelm would know all about shaving as an entrance into slavery, but yes. All
Probably out
right.
of game.
So
Has Wincomb's hair already grown back though?
yes, yeah. Winkhelm's hair is back. Yes. All right. So what is the plan?
Niko, we are at the current moment, we are free agents. We are still working for the DMS, but we are no longer in command of our boss.
Is Defir with us?
Dafir kind of. Dafir kind of left you a quick note, Niko, but he's gone to Draconiet already.
Oh, well, I guess I don't know then.
But he
It's your
did
call, boss elf.
But he did say something, and would you please stop calling me boss elf? Just call me Kyle.
Sure thing, boss elf.
Kyle is such an astonishing name for an elf. I've never heard of an elf named Kyle.
I have.
Yes,
It's
it's a
standing
very...
right in front of me.
Yes, I know.
I would like to make a history or an intel or some sort of check to see if this is a new kind of elf.
Yeah, go ahead and make a history check. See if you can recall anything about the lore of elven names.
Because this is not right. This is not how the elvish names usually have these weird ethelial kind of names. What is this Kyle name?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a history check if you haven't already.
Rolling. That's
Yep.
a normal roll. Come on, give me a respectable number.
Yes, okay. So this is completely unheard of within elven culture. Usually they are very longer, at least 3 syllables, and maybe an apostrophe in the middle. Kyle is just you almost suspect that Kyle may have been at one point adopted by a bunch of humans, and the humans just named him Kyle because that was a more human name.
I'm going to go towards his ear, look at his ears and make sure. Is this has he had surgical alteration to make his ears?
His ears are
elvish?
covered by his luscious locks now.
Yes, I'm going to pull his. I'm going to go up to him and pull his hair away. He's like, "Are these
Don't
surgically
you
altered
dare!
ears?
No, don't you dare touch me, sir.
Are
Suddenly,
those
Jojo.
surgically altered ears, or are those actual elf ears?"
Why does it matter about my ears?
Granny's going to give a very curious look at Kyle and go, he's curious about your name. I don't think it
Are you a
is your
human who is
name, though.
Kyle, your stage name. Are you an elf who's pretending to be a human? Is Kyle, is Kyle your real name, and you pretend to be an elf sometimes, and you've done some extraordinary surgery to in which case, what is your stage name for when you're an elf?
Yeah,
Kyle.
I mean,
by these words. I'm an elf.
Yeah.
First off, I am a high elf. I am not a human pretending to be an elf. First and foremost, thank you. And 2, my parents just couldn't think of a very good name, okay?
It's just gonna look at you like,
I don't think there's that much wrong with having
Can
a normal
I roll?
name.
Can I roll insight into that?
Yeah, go ahead and roll insight, Granny. Go. I was hoping you would. Go ahead and roll insight into that,
Do I
Granny.
get advantage since he seems familiar?
Yes, yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Whew.
Oh, darn it!
She inciting.
If he's
So-
telling the truth.
You do remember someone calling Kyle by another name.
Oh yes, I remember the name. He just denied that he knew it.
What was that name?
I seem to recall the drow lady calling you Thermaticus.
I do not know of a name Dramaticus.
Can I roll insight?
I roll history.
He's
'Cause
outright
if that's-
lying to my face.
Go ahead and make a deception check, Kyle.
Can I make a hit?
Roll
That's an elf
off.
name.
Yeah, go ahead and give me another history. Go ahead and give me another history check, Winkhelm. All right, so Kyle got a 10. Go ahead and give me a insight check, Granny. We'll see if your insight beats his 10.
Ah!
Yeah, she caught you red-handed. You're lying, boy.
She's not going to pry any further. She's just satisfied that she can tell.
Yep. So that that appears to be both an Elvish name, but that also appears to be a very old name, as in like a pagan name, like a pre-Sotum name.
Oh my gosh, you really are. Your family must be so old-fashioned. The most traditional. Pre-Sotum names. Oh my gosh,
You're
I
so
haven't heard of the-
traditional, Kyle.
It's like I haven't heard the kind of name outside the arena when people are putting on the most ridiculous names, putting the most ridiculous names together. You should be using that name instead of Kyle. You just go by Kyle Ordinary and use. You've got it entirely backwards. You should use you should use Kyle as your ordinary, and when you're being the absolute most, you should bring out your Simicus name, and if when you have to, because everyone's going to take you the most seriously ever.
Granny's going to gently put her hand on Windhelm's arm and say, I don't think he wants to be known by that name.
Why not? It's a great name. I would love it if I could use it, but I'm not an elf, if you can't tell.
Well, that seems a bit racist now, don't it?
Well,
Yeah, with that 29 Winkhelm, like his name is more pagan than it is Elvish. So like you would have to have originally grown up as a pagan to gain one of those names.
I could actually use that name if I had the right upbringing.
Yes.
Oh, it's like, actually, I could have had that name. Oh, you're right. Oh my gosh, that would have been that'd be such a flex in the arena, though.
Couldn't you adopt a name kind of like that as a stage? I mean,
I could.
it's
Do you
a
mind
stage
if
name.
Do you mind if when I get back, I use that name? It would be such a flex. I could have come up with a story about how I.
Why
about
does
it.
this matter about a stupid name? First off,
Because it's
that name is nothing. It means nothing.
It means something.
I love how you're just having this
Hide it.
conversation. I love how you're just having this conversation. It's just like an empty, open street. People are going about their business, and Kyle's just yelling about his old life. Oh, it's great.
like.
Look,
Just
know this.
Of course, it means nothing. Of course.
just know this: I killed Thermaticus. He is no more.
Apparently,
Well, then why did you name yourself that then? Why did you take his name? That seems kind of weird.
My name is not Thermaticus. It is Kyle.
That's my point.
Oh man.
If you kill the bloke, why'd you take his name?
Granny's over here face palming, like, oh my gosh, this is so obvious, but why?
Like, if I were going to, like, I mean, I've not done that, but I will totally do that when if I do that, I might very well do that with one of my people. What's a name I might do? That would be such a rude thing to do, though. But I like it. It's a flex. I like it.
Can we please stop this conversation now before I lose my temper?
Absolutely.
I need everyone to give me a perception check.
Conversation.
I need everyone to give me a perception check, please.
Sure.
Oh, fantastic.
Woo!
Woo!
Okay, so okay. So Kyle, you are still fuming from this conversation. You do not notice this, but the rest of you notice that there is a drow kind of in a corner alleyway that appears to just be watching the group of you. He has his eyes zeroed in on Niko.
I notice. I got a 2.
Oh yeah. Okay. I forgot your 2 there, Brian. Yes, you do not notice as well. You are too lost in thought here. But so Granny, Winkhelm, and Niko notice a drow just staring daggers at Niko.
Brian is trying to figure out why you would take a name after you've killed a person. Brian doesn't understand why you would do that.
Granny's gonna kind of try and step in between Niko and the drow, just like kind of shield him.
Because it's a flex. And I totally get that.
Okay, so you're kind of stepping in between the alleyway. The drow kind of pulls his hood up, and Niko, you realize this as the man who gave you your mask tattoo, and as you look at him, your mask begins to itch and burn.
Niko says nothing. He only looks very intently at this man.
Yes. Master Lucian is his name. He goes, well, Nicholas, I see you've made some friends.
Lucian?
What have you been up to? It's time for a little check-in. Make sure you're not doing anything you're not supposed to.
I did exactly what I set out to do. I got my brother back. And he's safely away.
Very well, but I see that you appear to be consorting with at least one non-drow. You do know how we, in the Way of the Mask monks, feel about the policy of consorting with non-drow.
If it makes you feel any better, sir, I'm from the Underdark.
That's a good point. This fellow knows a lot about drow.
I probably know more than he does.
When you made me that bargain, you knew I ran with orcs. And I still do.
The monk just stares at Brian and he's like, "Be quiet, tainted blood."
Nah, I'll do whatever I please, thank you kindly, sir.
Kyle steps up. We're gonna have a problem here.
That remains to be seen, sir. That's the answer to that question is in Niko's hands. He has violated one of our codes of conduct, growing too close to a non-drow, such as yourself.
Oh?
No, you knew. You knew when I made that bargain that I was involved with orcs. That was already part of the deal. You can't change that now.
Orcs are bad enough. I'm more perturbed at the fact that you seem to be spending time with other elves. Your family is an exception. We don't want our secrets getting to the wider population, Nicholas.
Kyle is also my family. What are you talking about?
Go ahead and give me a deception check, Niko.
Aw. Considers Kyle family.
Deception, oh dear.
Hmm. He seems to be much older than you, and as a drow, he can tell that Kyle is much older than Niko.
Kyle just steps up. Look, bud.
He's my great uncle.
Uh-huh, sure.
Look, buddy. Leave him alone. I don't know what you two have done or deal. Leave him alone.
Niko's violated his code of conduct. He knows what he must do now. He must either kill one of you or kill me. He needs to make his decision.
It's fine, Kyle. I've worked with this guy.
Well, you heard
Would
what
you
he
like
said.
me to make it simple? Would you
How
like
about this?
assistance?
I'll make you a deal, Lucius. No deal. I don't need your power anymore.
Very well. And
Wait.
he takes his hand. He takes his hand and kind of rakes it in a claw fashion up into the air, and you feel your skin where that tattoo was just burn and bubble. It is searing pain. You're sweating as the magic ink just kind of drains from your shoulder.
Ryan's just gonna look at it and be like, well, gosh darn, sir, why didn't you tell me you needed some sunscreen? I could have grabbed some before we came up here.
Niko falls to the ground and writhes in pain a little bit with that. That hurts a lot.
Kyle kind of braces him and pulls out his sword.
No, it's fine,
Get up.
Kyle. Kyle.
Get up,
Fine,
Niko.
Niko gets up.
I'm gonna kill you anyway. Roll initiative.
Wilcom looks at you, at him as if that was somewhat making a decision that was entirely predictable path decision tree, but at the same time understanding the principle behind it, but not one he would have made himself.
What's he going on about? What's he going on about? Darn it.
I roll?
Rolling for initiative.
No, I
Rolling
hit the
for
button.
initiative.
I hit the button. I'm just seeing if my initiative rolled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Does it come through? 'Cause it's being real slow on my
I've
end.
got everyone. I've got everyone except for Wayne.
All right, it's being real slow on my end.
Yeah, the scene isn't loaded yet. You can just roll.
Yeah, I'm still at 98%. Nope, there it goes, 100. There we
It's
go.
not- It's just it's just not responding. I'm going to just reload my page and see if
Oh yeah,
I
that
can actually-
often helps.
Yeah, just reload page. See
If anything ever is not working, just hit
if
Control
that
R.
comes
Could
back.
Kyle roll real fast and see who Lucian was? It sounds very familiar.
Go ahead and give yourself an investigation check, but the DC is going to be very high.
Oh no, I was assuming Lucian would. No.
Oh boy.
Nope. You
No,
have
I'm
no clue
assuming
who this
Lucian
man
because
is.
it sounds very
He
much
apparently
like
is-
Lucifer. So I was like, is this the devil?
No. Nope. The devil's name is Pacorus.
Got it.
Okay.
It's not.
Waiting
It's
for
not even.
Fall Starter.
It's not even reloading. It's being real goofy.
Huh.
Kyle is gonna be
Well,
right
I'm
beside
sorry
you.
about that.
I'm just gonna close that Hold on, I've got some.
Okay. I can roll initiative for you if you need False Star.
Would you please? Would you please? I may have to close that to reopen it.
Yep. Okay.
Niko's like, no, this was not the contract. You don't get to tell me what to do.
What contract? Goodness, why is everyone having secret contracts? What's going on? Granny's over here scratching her head, wondering how she got in this predicament.
Ryan's just like, if it makes you feel any better, the only thing that I have is my guild membership, which just gives me a discount. He holds up like a Kroger card, essentially.
See, everybody's got their secrets.
Granny looks at him. A discount? Can we use it?
Don't you have?
Oh
a
shoot!
senior
I forgot to
discount?
use it at the store. I'm such a doofus.
They're two halves of the party. They're the grungy elves, and they're the cookie bakers.
The cookie bakers discount holders.
Which is
Alright,
is Wincombe.
He is going to fire a dart at Niko.
Oh boy,
Oh, that's from Foundry.
22.
Like, what? Where in the world are the crickets?
22. Does 22 hit you, Niko?
Generally.
Generally.
All right. Can't you deflect missiles though? Are you gonna catch it?
Oh, yeah. Let me see.
You should be able to catch it, to potentially try to catch it, or at least take away some damage.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
so
gonna
it's
use
all about
deflect
damage.
missiles.
Okay, so I will roll damage. That is 14 points of damage. And then roll your 1d10 plus whatever.
Oof, depending on your dex, you can turn it back. Hey!
Hell yeah. Catch it.
Oh, All-Star dropped out of the call, but
Which means I get to
yeah.
throw it back at him.
Yep.
All right, so Lucian goes and he twirls and wham, fires a dart.
Oh, that's why the attack and damage are on there. Yeah, we're spending a key point. We're making that attack. Bam!
A 25 hits. All right. All right. And that is Lucian's turn. Granny, you're up.
Yes, I'm gonna cast Aid on the three closest to him.
Okay, that can target up to 6 creatures, so you can target yourself too.
Wait, it's this 3.
Oh, did I not change that with the new version of Aid? I'm sorry.
No,
Yeah,
it
that
just
should be
says
6.
3.
That
Okay,
should be
then I'll
6.
do it for everyone then.
I should have 4 key points.
Everyone gets 5 extra hit points.
Temporary HP.
I'm
right?
temporary.
Yeah, but still.
No, you add the 5 to your max. It's not temp HP. That's different.
Yeah, each target's hit point maximum.
Increases by 5. All right, that is your action. Anything else, Granny? You've got your handkerchief if you'd like.
Why does it say healing when, like, if I click it? Oh, it just tells you how much.
It's
Okay.
technically a
We can play
right.
it.
It's technically a healing.
Alright, so you all get 5 max hit points.
Fantastic.
All right. Anything else for you, Granny?
That's it for now.
Okay. Doesn't. Okay. Is everything working on your end, Falster? Can you join the combat?
I can tell you what I'm going to do, but
Okay.
because I am not quite reloaded, I had to completely close
Okay,
Okay.
that's okay. I can run your character for this round.
Okay. What I'm going to do as a bonus action is I'm going to activate Blade Song, and then
Okay.
as an action, I'm going to cast Hold Person on the Drow.
Okay. Blade Song. Okay. And then cast Hold Person on the Drow. Gotcha.
Right.
I always turn it off.
Wisdom's
I don't
15.
understand why you never turn it off.
Right. Okay.
I turn it off, but anyway.
Please fail.
So, all right.
I think you're right. I think this guy.
Did they pass or fail?
Hold on. Your why didn't your Hold Person show up? That's weird. It told me that you're I gotta go into your spell sheet. It told me that you're it told me that the spell went off, but I don't see it in chat. So I can't roll the thing. So let me try that again. Spells, Hold Person.
So no one was obvious against Kyle's name.
There we go. And cast spell. Okay. So for some dumb reason, it's not showing up in chat, but that's okay. I'll just have the martial arts set up to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, you killed him. Okay. You know? Uh-huh. That's how I meant it. Thank you. Thank you for catching that.
That is a 21. He succeeds.
I killed Kyle. He's no longer.
Is that it for you, Winkelm?
I'm no longer Dematicus. At least you caught that reference. Sorry, who are you
Holster?
attacking?
Silvery Barbs.
Okay. Silvery Barbs. That is a 13. Okay, so he is now paralyzed.
Okay, and now I'm going to give advantage to our Barbarian.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that will end my turn.
Okay, he is now paralyzed. That will end turn. Advantage to the Barbarian. Niko, you're up. What you doing?
My turn.
Girl,
Oh, does everybody get advantage if he's paralyzed?
No, just the Barbarian.
Let's see. Hold on, because paralyzed creature is incapacitated.
Attack rolls against the creature have advantage.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
So-
Yeah. So everyone has advantage as long as he's paralyzed.
Wait, any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
That
why
was
Silvery
once.
Barbs. It was worth
You.
it to Silvery. Uh-huh. It was worth it to Silvery Barbs, and wasn't it?
Yes, definitely.
All right, go for it, Niko. What you doing?
What else?
All right.
So I'm
Go for
attacking
the
with
pop.
advantage. These are all with advantage?
Yes. That hits.
And I get 2 of these now.
Hey yo.
Hey. So that's
What-
2 crits because they're auto crits.
I'm gonna take that third attack. I don't even need the
Okay.
flurry of blows.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage. That's a crit because he's paralyzed.
Boom.
Okay. So 29 points of damage.
Pop, pop, pop,
He
pop.
is bloodied. Is that it for you, Niko?
Yeah.
All right.
No wonder you're coming to me again. You're weak. I'm so much stronger now.
Kyle, you're up.
Get off him, and he's telling him like, leave Niko alone.
All right.
You
What
need to
you
tell me
doing?
to leave him alone.
He's just gonna go ahead and do a ragey rage. I don't care. I gain
All
back
right.
rages whenever I short rest now. So Woot is gonna rage. I already have advantage on the attack.
Yep. So you don't need a reckless.
Great sword attack. Go! Wah!
17, that's a hit.
Damage. Critical hits.
Yes, that is a crit. You're right, because he's paralyzed.
16. And Kyle is also going to go ahead and burn an action charge.
All
You don't
right.
get multi-attack yet.
Go for it.
This is my
Oh
multi-attack.
dear. We need to level 8. Holy cow.
You might.
And so,
Okay, yep,
I
that's
will
a
say
crit.
though, my damage output is higher than yours right now.
Well, I just did 37
Okay,
damage, sir.
so question for you, Kyle. Are you killing him or just knocking him unconscious?
Oh, Kyle's probably lopping off an arm, but knocking him unconscious.
Oh, Adam. My
Yes.
unarmed strikes are still D6s. It's not fixed to D8.
Oh, that's right, because you're level 5. Yeah, I will fix that.
Yeah, I did 37
Another
damage
night.
right there. Let's go.
Yep.
I did.
Okay, yeah, so
Yeah.
he is unparalyzed.
He's
But
missing
he
an arm.
is-
He lopped off an arm.
He's missing an arm, but he is unconscious. All right, what would you like to do now that combat is over?
Kyle just gets up and gets over him and proceeds to try to wake him up.
and that one makes total sense. I was so unprepared I didn't even hit him once.
Yeah, Kyle just gets him kind of tries to slap him awake.
All right, you slap him, and he's like, ugh. He looks down at this stump where his arm used to be, and he's like, ah! Kind of clutches his shoulder.
Tell me what you know now. What deal did you make with Niko? Spill it.
Niko wanted power. I just gave him power. I gave him power, and I just took it away.
Who gave you this power?
My own master.
Tell me about this cult you're in, or else I will sever off another arm.
Go ahead and roll intimidation with advantage. He's not giving up his secrets that easily.
Oh, he's about to be a no arm freak. Oh, it's a nat 20 boy. Let's go. Kyle just grabs a sword and starts digging it into his other arm.
Oh. Okay. All right, I'll tell you. We are cultists of a long-forgotten drow named Vilharn. We keep to the shadows, keep to ourselves. We try and right the wrongs of the drow matriarchy, try and bring balance between the two genders in terms of drow society. Yes, we can be cruel and conniving when we need to be, but at most, we just try and stick to ourselves. Niko came to us looking for power. We had allied with the Grizzled Teeth, and Niko was allied with them, so we had found a fellow comrade in an elf.
And why would you try to kill him just because he went off your way?
Wasn't the answer to that one obvious? They're drow.
Yes,
We
You
don't
don't
want
just
the secrets.
leave a drow pact.
We don't want the secrets of the cult of Vilharn getting out.
Well,
It belongs to the drow.
well obviously
Would
y'all have some ill intent.
No, I don't think he has ill intent. I just think that he doesn't understand that most people don't care about the drow, and he doesn't understand that people who in above ground when among people who are struggling under in difficulties generally help each other. And there might be some secrets here and there, but in general, people will help each other. And if you hadn't made a big deal of it, I don't think our friend would have told anything about you if you'd just let him walk away. You, I don't think,
You put your
I don't think
you put.
Nico.
Go ahead.
Adam, is this the cult that Balby was in?
Nope.
No, okay,
I
it's a
don't.
different one. Never mind then.
I don't think that Nico would have ever mentioned that he was part of a drow cult to begin with or associated with one. And I definitely don't think he would have just shared your secrets. But if you if he'd been out and about, you could have asked him for help if you needed help and he was out and about. You kind of burned a possible bridge. I don't think you made the best decision.
You put too much
But
Well, if
trust.
it makes you feel any better, Janasi, no one cares about your kind either. Niko knows our motto. The only people that our cult trusts is ourselves.
You put too much trust in them. They're underground heathens who only care about themselves.
I mean, that's just like most drow in general.
True.
And he
I'm with
turns.
him.
He turns to you and he's like, "Oh, let me guess. You worship Sodom? I take it."
I worship no one. Quite, thank you, sir.
I meant the elf there, Mr. Big Muscles.
Yes, I worship Sotum.
Oh yeah, what a crap load he did for us. He didn't free the drow. He mostly dwelt with you surface folk. That's why I'm better off on my own.
if you want to be on the surface, I don't think that you have to go back. Why don't you stick around? Find your way around up here. Nobody cares about seeing
Go
a
ahead.
drow.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check, Wincom.
If you really want, I can make an introduction for you. Persuasion.
Yes, persuasion.
Come on, give me a respectable number.
You see Lucian's face soften a bit, as if like his entire world, all of his preconceived notions are starting to slowly shatter upon hearing your words, Winkhelm. He looks down at his arm, which used to also hold his tattoo, and he's like, what have I done with my life? I
There
I
is.
I can't really change, can I?
You can change. Kyle puts his hand out. You can follow. You can choose to follow Sotum. Whether or not you want, you can. It's up to you. But there is light. There is forgiveness, and there is a second chance. You can
Doesn't
redeem yourself.
you can also if you want, I can introduce you to someone who can probably heal your arm or set you up with a new one. And I know people who would know what to do with your skills, and I can make introductions for you.
But you'd be like, I can build him a new one. I've built a few prosthetic arms.
Oh, if you make him a new arm, uh, I absolutely know people who would be thrilled to meet him.
Although, admittedly, most of the prosthetic arms that I made were for miners, so I mean, they mostly have pickaxes. But I mean, I'm sure I can make something else.
Are you
Well,
guys really turning around this quickly?
Look, everyone deserves a second chance. I
Or
was
a new
given
life.
I was given a second chance. I should be dead now, but I was giving a second chance. Why should we strike him down now whenever he's obviously seeing the wrong of his ways? If he truly does see what he has done that is wrong, he'll go fix it. He'll either go potentially follow Sotum, go right his wrongs, whatever. If not,
He-
we'll come back for the other arm.
He tried to kill me, and the only reason he didn't is because he's puny.
And people try to kill me.
He's a beginner. You have to forgive beginners for making mistakes. It's the only way to get ahead.
I'm only a
No,
junior master. I'm not a
that's not how
master
it
master. No. Well,
Nobody
first things first.
forgave me to let me get ahead. I'd make deals
First,
with devils like this.
first things first, and he takes his good hand and he does that same claw motion, and you feel him wince in pain as if his phantom limb, the tattoo, is also bubbling away off of his severed arm. Thank goodness my master at least taught me how to do that trick.
Do you see
Well.
Niko?
I have much to think about.
No, I don't trust him.
DM, I just sent you a message explaining what I was trying to do.
Gotcha. Okay, noted.
Niko, tell me this, and I'm going to be honest with you right here, right now. Due to your record and what I have, you should be locked up in prison for the rest of your life right now for what you have done. And yet, you were given a second chance. You're free. You're running around. You're saving people. If it wasn't for that second chance, you would be behind bars for the rest of your life.
That was your choice, not mine.
Nope. That was your parents' choice. They made you get a second chance. They didn't want to see their son locked up and potentially executed for their crimes. So you should thank your parents for giving you a second chance at life. Just like this man and I, we all had a second chance given to us. And sometimes it could be a third, a fourth, a fifth, 100th time before one truly turns over.
And sometimes a second chance is not always as easy or as straightforward
Yes.
as it looks or sounds like it would be. Sometimes second chances are
Niko
very
turns away
difficult.
with a huff. And he's like, yeah, come back when everyone else gets a second chance too.
I'm going to brush my finger against my necklace. And and say, it's very predictable for him to be in that way.
Kyle just looks at him angrily. You arrogant teen. One day you will realize that you have lost everyone that you loved. No one will want to be around you. Everyone will be trying to kill you.
Don't you tell me what I have lost.
Really?
Okay?
I have lost everything. You still have something. You still have a family. Everyone that I know and love is dead because of actions I have done. You keep going down this path, you're going to lose your parents. You're going to lose your brother. You're going to lose everyone you ever cherished dear. And you're going to be wandering around the streets one day saying, oh, what did I done in my life that I could have corrected? You still have a chance. You still have people who love you. I got nobody. Why do you think I'm still with the DAMS? I'm not here for the stupid job. I'm just doing it for Sotum because he gave me a second opportunity. I should be executed for what I have done. I should be executed
that's
10
your fault
times.
for not having anything. I'm gonna protect what I do have, right? And when people like this come for it, what am I supposed to do? Let him run free? No, I need to protect what I have left.
I put my hand on his shoulder, saying, I don't want you to worry about his freedom.
Fine. If this guy says he's harmless, if you all believe him, fine.
I did not say that I said he was harmless. I said I don't want you to worry about his freedom. I am going to make introductions.
Whatever.
You see Lucian stand and he's kind of clutching his side. He's like, I'm gonna go and find the Radios Sanctatis. Maybe they can help heal me.
Understand this. You have been given a second chance to redeem yourself. If you blow this, you will not get a chance again. Understand that.
I'm going to give him.
He is just stone silent as he hobbles off, clutching his arm.
Wait! I want to give him a cookie.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to write a quick letter of introduction to the people I've implied would be relevant in that message I sent to you.
Okay.
To help him.
Again. This is hilarious.
This
guy's driving his car. Yeah, it's just.
He can set up in that situation. That
What is going on?
What? Do you not understand what I'm doing?
I mean, you're writing a letter for him, right?
Oh,
I'm sorry, I'm back.
Oh, okay.
That explains it.
I bet that was a very interesting interlude by your father.
yeah. Did you missed what I was trying to say?
Confused on that joke.
A letter trying to the people relevant to set them up in the situation I discussed in the message.
Right. Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so as he hobbles away, she hands him a cookie of healing. It's just a little bit healing, but you know.
He takes the cookie gratefully and munches it down, and he feels a little better.
Yay.
Do I have anything to build another arm?
I don't know. Is that considered an artificer infusion, Zach, to build a prosthetic arm? I guess I'm not familiar with the whole artificer stuff. What you can build.
I mean,
I know you can build basic magic items.
actually, yeah, I can build a what the hell is it called? I can build like an arm. That's one of the things I can infuse.
Because I don't know. Because I know you have to be like certain levels in artificer to make certain items, but I don't know what level you have to be to make a prosthetic.
That's the second level of perfusion. That's a basic one.
Okay. Yeah. So you could just whip out your tools and be like, tink, tink, tink.
Yeah, I'm gonna just make him another arm.
Oh, look what I named General.
He goes and he like gingerly reattaches it to his shoulder socket, and you feel the hum of arcane energy around his arm now, and he's like,
He might.
Thank you, sir.
It might not be around forever, but it should be around long enough for you to get a real replacement.
Right.
Excuse me, sir. This is fantastic This is fantastic crap. This is real. He's gonna dig. He's like, all right. Now, do you want a spatula or do you want a hammer? I only got 2 left in the bag.
Or what?
Instead of a hand, I can give you a hand, a hammer, or a spatula.
I'll just take the hand, thank you. And I'm sorry about the racist comment before.
I feel like there's a
it's no biggie.
Gethsemane.
I grew up around Drow. I'm used to it. Yeah, he's gonna attach the hand to the arm.
Spatula sounds so useful.
It really is. That's how I normally cook on the go.
Feels like there's a Garden of Gethsemane parallel here, but I can't figure it out beyond regrowing the limb.
I mean, That was an ear, not a full limb, but yes.
Close enough.
So he kind of wanders away, attempting to start a new life.
With a letter of recommendation.
Yes. Speaking of letter, Brian, you all of a sudden a mail orb pops into existence, and you receive a letter.
Boy.
Do I recognize who it's from?
Yes, you recognize that this letter is from your mother.
I'll be like, well, I'll be. If it ain't that lovely family that dumped me on the side of a road so many years ago. Wonder why they're reaching out now.
The writing is kind of very hastily scribbled, and your mother's like, I don't have a lot of time. Your father is going to be back soon from a raid. Hopefully, once the magic works, that means you've somehow made it out of the Underdark. I can find a way to protect you, but you need to come to the swamp. If you still want to be a part of this family, I completely understand if you don't. I just need some sort of response either way. Love, Mom.
Wait, aren't we already in the swamp?
No, you're in an alley in Clortios. The map is wrong. I just whipped up a map on the fly here.
Understandable. Why don't you look at the rest of the party and be like, so y'all, I have a question. How do y'all feel about going and getting some shrimp gumbo from the swamp?
Would this be, DM, would this be in the general direction of where I need to go?
Let me check the campaign map.
Does this swamp have large magical plants in it?
Yes, it does.
Well, yes, of course it does, sir. It's a swamp.
Has Granny ever had gumbo?
Well, I mean, you spent several centuries. That's an excellent question. I would say no.
Well, then she's going to look very curious. What's gumbo?
Okay. Looking at my map here, Fallstar. The swamp is on the way to where you need to go. Yes.
Well, I believe that I will be able to say yes. I have somewhere I need to be, but that is somewhere I can be on the way there.
And how about the rest of you?
I don't know. Kyle?
Well,
What are we doing?
we're free agents at the current moment right now. We can go honestly wherever we want. The boss did say something about orcs attacking a village eventually. What direction is that going to happen?
So the orcs. So basically, the orcs are heading in your direction. They're leaving the swamp and heading in your direction, Kyle.
He passes it on like the orcs are coming our way.
Oh, we might be able to meet them halfway then. There's someone in that group that I'll need to go say hi to.
That person might
I
be
mean,
dead. Might die.
I mean, Brian, you have a pretty good idea that the person that's coming to meet you is your father, and you're not exactly on best terms, so I don't know about that, but
That's true.
you
know,
do
he's-
you, man.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, yeah, you see, I'm trying to see my birth mother for the first time in it's about 15 years, I think, give or take. I don't know. I didn't really see the sun for a long time, so I don't really get a good calendar.
Well, I guess we're on our way there too. Come
Is
on.
there the
Alright.
remotest possibility that I know these orcs?
Yes. So it turns out, Niko, you're kind of putting the pieces together here now. Brian's family is also part of the orc gang you ran with.
Ah, small world.
Yep.
Yeah, Brian is just explaining, like, he's like, Yeah, you see, my mother liked me, but my father, he wasn't too keen on the fact that, I could throw magical rocks at people and suddenly they'd have a bomb in their house. So, he kind of kicked me out after a few accidents.
Ah, so you're
He
the
didn't like
different
more
one of the group.
Well, I can understand that.
So you're not
Now,
So he
a
what
didn't
is
typical.
like
this
effective.
ran? I still run with the Sword King, just so you know. We're
So he
still
didn't
working.
like. I didn't like the fact that you had an effective way of fighting that he wasn't privy to.
Pretty
Okay.
much, yes. He didn't like the fact that I didn't need to use my fists and I could sit in the corner and watch my little stick man that I built out of a branch on the ground go fight someone for me.
Oh, I I
I
kind
think
of
I can
love that.
understand his confusion. That is
Well,
quite weird.
I think that if you don't have to do it yourself, or if you can manage to not do the work yourself, that's why that's why I am the way I am, the way I've got the situation I am.
So
I try to pass it on.
we do have a little bit of dilemma here though. So you see, I want to go visit my mother, and we should probably do that while the raid is happening. But that would also mean we're not stopping the raid. So you can see why there's a little bit of an issue here.
Wait, so in order to meet your mother, you have to do it while the raid is happening. But if you have to, so we want to let the raid happen so that you can meet your mother. Okay.
I mean,
Well,
it's far from
We're
the
not
only
gonna-
raid that's happened without us.
the raid's coming to us. We might, Niko, you do understand we might have to fight these orcs.
What would happen if we meet this raid on the road and we manage it somehow? I'm not going to say we fight it or we redirect it or whatever. And then we make it to your mother. And then we spend the night. We do your visit, and then we leave and head on. And then by the time the raid arrives at the town, we aren't there and don't have to deal with it as an actual fight. Would that be objectionable to anyone?
That's true, Nico. If you still run with them, maybe you could convince them to go somewhere else, or just I don't know, rob some place that has more money, something like that. Because I don't
Yeah,
know, the shop that I went to, those villages don't seem like they have a lot to necessarily steal.
I'm going.
Meaning they
yeah.
wouldn't
My
be able to even
my
hang
buddies would
people.
not be raiding just for the hell of it. I'm sure they've got a good reason.
Are you
I
sure? They
want I
used to
want
when
to
I
talk
was.
to them.
They did all that all the time whenever I was young.
I would like to make a history check of the most interesting resources in the area that I think would be worth raiding for. This might not be the same type of resources that the orcs would be interested in, but that's neither here nor there. Okay,
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and give me a history check.
right.
And between this and the next session, Adam, I think we need to decide a little bit about what the Sword King is actually about.
Not great.
I've already got like the orc perspective. You need to figure out Nico's perspective, so I'll DM you.
Sounds good.
I didn't do great.
That Brian barely remembers just like clips and pieces, so don't take what he's taking at full.
Yeah. So you know that orcs. I mean, it really depends on the gang. Some of them are more militaristic. Some of them are more kind of brutish and savage. Some are even more like pseudo-religious. Um, the most orcs, with the exception of some like Brian, obviously, they just want to see elves dead. So
Well, is this an elf settlement right here?
yes, you are currently in an elf settlement.
Aha. So I'm going to work on that assumption that they are coming here to raid elves, possibly and so we can simply slip past them and let these people and leave these people as the target and not bother with them is an option.
Yes.
We can simply do that. That's not something I want to do, but if it is on the table, are we willing to do this? To see your mother.
I mean, technically speaking, I guess we could stop the raid before we go. The main issue with seeing my mother while my father is there is he doesn't take too kindly to my presence. Granted, he may not recognize me after all these years. I've grown a fair amount, so that is a high possibility. And they know Niko, so we might have a free way in if we just pretend that I'm a stranger.
That would you object to going by another name amongst us? While
Oh,
in
I'm
front of him?
perfectly okay with that. I've had many names over the years.
Excellent. You can go by Thrasymachus.
I don't know if I can pronounce that, but as long as all of you can, we'll be good to go.
Okay.
Okay, so you all are heading out toward the swamp then.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. And as you do, you hear a very strange melody enter your head.
Who's
Oh
head?
boy.
Oh, that's
None of
just
you
them swamp people.
none of you recognize it except for Granny. And Granny, you have not heard that melody in centuries.
I'm going to attempt to dance to it.
Sorry, Veronica is currently losing it over here.
I'm going to attempt to dance to it once I start hearing it.
So what is this? What do I recognize?
You recognize the haunting melody of a very old enemy of the Night Mother. It appears that
Great.
their presence is beginning to reemerge. You'll have to do a little bit more research to find out exactly who they are, but that is where I'm going to leave the
sounded
session this
very-
evening.
Sounded
Can I
very
make a
upbeat for an enemy?
Can I make a performance check to see if I can dance to it because I like the sound?
Sure.
Just for funsies, because a potential way, thing to dance to for an upcoming for another Blade song.
All right, so your dancing moves are pretty good.
Yeah,
Okay,
Granny
so-
would say you shouldn't be dancing to this.
Okay, Veronica, I missed the very last end of your comment. What was that?
I said, oh, it seems kind of upbeat to be an ancient enemy song, but...
Well, you gotta get them blood flowing. Wait, did you say enemies? I thought that was just some swamp people. I've been hearing that since I was young.
Oh.
Yeah, that is a complete and total fabrication by Brian, Granny, and you know it. This song is way too ancient.
How old exactly?
I would say about, let's see, it's 4:53 now, so about like 2,500 years old. It's
I'm
old.
not that old.
No, you're right. You're not that old. But this is a haunting song of a very old monster that has been killed and just basically reincarnates itself, resurrects itself.
No.
So, and that is where I will leave the session this evening.
Oh, I want to know what happens next.
Gotta leave it on another cliffhanger, folks. Oh man, orc raids and Niko's backstory and ooh, baby.
Oh, that was some phenomenal stuff there, Bryce. I got the grungy teenager down this session.
Oh, that was awesome.
All right.
I don't know
Yes,
how much
and you
you
all
heard.
level. And you all level up to level 6. So David, we need to figure out a new monk subclass